September 4th,
something like that. Lots of fireworks, I'm sure.
Yeah. That should be an interesting one. You said Cowboys and Eagles?
Cowboys-Eagles, opening night, Thursday night. So they're going to get their Super Bowl banner in front of the Cowboys.
And you absolutely hate the Eagles.
Oh, I hate them with a passion.
Yeah. So, Thursday, September 4th at the Lincoln Financial Field.
Yeah.
That'll be a game on NBC and Peacock. It's
one where you feel like Eagles are going to stop us, but you never know. It'd be like...
Yeah.
It would make Philly so upset.
If they lose that game.
They got the banners and the rings and the Cowboys win. I mean, the Eagles are a better team.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, they should win. But you never know. The Eagles could win the Super Bowl again, unfortunately.
Yeah, they could. I mean, they've got Saquon Barkley and Jalen Hurts, and they're a great team.
They're just boring.
You just never know what's going to happen in any given season.
The Chiefs will probably beat them in the Super Bowl. That's what's probably going to happen.
Eagles, Chiefs again.
It's pretty boring, huh?
Yeah.
I didn't even watch this last one. Didn't turn it on at all.
Really? The last Super Bowl?
Mm-mm.
You didn't at all?
I don't think so.
Why? Just because you hated both teams?
Yeah, I just didn't care. I needed like a year off.
Yeah.
Because I've given so much of my life to the NFL, the Cowboys, and I was like, I wanted the Chiefs to win, but I definitely don't want to see the Eagles win. I can't stand the Eagles. Like, they just grate my nerves.
As Steven is saying that, he has his eyes closed. You can see the hate in his expression.
It's like they're my Cubs for you.
I get it. I get it.
I can't stand them. And they've been so irrelevant till lately. Like, in the history of the football life, they're irrelevant. I don't care what you say.
Yeah.
And they won their 2 Super Bowls, and now they want to be like the little man syndrome or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what you call it. Little brother syndrome.
Yeah, the one Super Bowl they won with, who was the quarterback?
Nick Foles. That was so stupid.
Yeah, when they beat the Patriots.
They were loaded that year, but yeah. The Patriots, man. They only lost to NFC East teams in the Super Bowl.
Isn't that crazy?
Giants twice and the Eagles.
Yeah.
If only Dallas would have won. Maybe we could have, but they probably wouldn't have. I don't know. I always thought, like, if the Brewers made the World Series, you'd be happy, right?
Oh, yeah.
If they lose it, would it be worth it?
See, that's the thing. There's such a disappointment when you lose. Now, when the Brewers lost the World Series in 1982, I was a senior in high school. And truthfully, at the time, like, I was bummed, but I thought, okay, we'll probably be back next year. Or maybe the year after that.
Yeah.
And then little do you realize that you fast forward in your life, and 43 years later, you've never gone back again.
It's hard, yeah.
So I remember Brett Favre, his last game that he played on the Packers, that was the game they lost to the Giants before the Giants went on and beat the Patriots.
Oh, my God.
That was the year the Patriots were undefeated.
Mm-hmm.
That was the game where the dude caught the pass off
Tyree, the gum catch.
Yeah. And Favre made a comment after the game, something like, you think about making the Super Bowl, but then if you don't win it. So it was almost like mentally he was defeated going into that NFC Championship with the thought, I don't know if I want to win this game and then lose the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. But you can't think that way, obviously.
The Giants, 07 Giants was one of the most amazing runs in all of sports. And I hate the Giants nearly as much as I do Philly.
Right.
Just a tiny bit less. I don't really hate the Washington whatevers. I don't hate them too much. Because they've been so irrelevant. But that's it. The Giants,
They didn't used to be irrelevant. They used to be pretty good.
Yeah, back in the 90s.
70s, 80s, 90s.
I know. Just in my lifetime.
Yeah. Dolphins beat them in one Super Bowl and lost to them in another.
Yep. There was the perfect season, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
The 17-0 season.
Yeah.
14-7, which it should have been 17-0, but Gario Premian got his field goal blocked, and then he tried to pick up the ball and pass it. And it just fumbled out of his hand right to the defender, Mike Bass, I believe was his name, and he takes for a touchdown. And so it's 14-7. I always remember the clip on the sidelines, the NFL films, and the guy on the Dolphins is like, damn. When that happened.
You know what? It's funny. I know exactly what you're talking about. Because I used to watch NFL Follies every single night of my childhood.
Yeah.
I just go to sleep watching it.
And then Son of NFL Follies.
Son of NFL Follies?
Yeah, they did NFL Follies, then Son of NFL Follies.
I loved it so much because the NFL Network stayed on in my room.
I truly believe NFL Films it was a major factor in the 80s of why the NFL exploded.
It was so good.
Because
The
ESPN
storytelling.
used to always run so many of them because that was before they had a lot of good programming or the annoying programming, I should say, that they have now, where they just have all these talk shows with endless speculation and stupid takes.
Yeah.
I'm looking at Stephen A. Smith on that one.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, the NFL films used to run all the time.
It's the music, too.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
Dun, 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 dun. The autumn wind is a pirate.
The crisp Oakland fire.
Yeah, John Facenda's amazing voice. Those were the days, for sure. But, all right, well, we have pretty much an open line today here on Talkback. A lot of things we'll want to get to and discuss with you. So that means, as we'd like to say, your time, your dance floor today at 442-8255 on the BOM Bank Talk Line. And let's start with this first call. Good morning. You're on Talkback.
Yeah, well, you were talking about the Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember way back when I had a little radio next to my bed. And I'm not sure if we had an air conditioner in the house at the time or still were using a ceiling, an attic fan.
Wow.
But in any event, I picked up a football game that was between Southeastern and the Pensacola Navy team. And guess who was the quarterback on the Pensacola Navy team?
Roger Staubach.
That's correct.
Wow.
And the Cowboys have had some success.
They've had a lot of
Well,
success, just not in my lifetime.
Yeah, well, I just thought I'd share that bit of trivia with you.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, you know, people always say, like, well, when have the Cowboys been good in your life? I was like, they've actually won 3 Super Bowls in my young life.
Yeah. When
I was 1, 2, and 4.
before you could appreciate it.
Yep, missed those, didn't I?
Well, that's kind of the same way with me with the Packers. I mean, the glory days, as they call them, including winning the first 2 Super Bowls
We don't talk about that.
when I was a youngster.
The Ice Bowl,
The
too.
Ice Bowl against the Cowboys. Yeah.
You still watch
Yeah,
things like
well-
50 years and you're like, oh, man, why'd they let that happen?
I know.
Well, I still remember when Jimmy Taylor was
Yeah.
somehow wound up on the Saints.
Right.
And I think the Saints won all 6 of their preseason games, then proceeded to about a 3 or 4 win season?
Yeah, regular season. I remember, was it Gilliam who returned the opening kickoff for the first
Yep.
game ever?
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, they didn't win a whole lot. But that, you bring up something people don't realize now. They used to play, Stephen,
Well-
6 preseason games.
That's
They
ridiculous.
call them exhibition games.
We should have 2 right now.
Yeah.
I don't even think we need to expand the regular season. Just cut down the boring preseason.
Right. I agree with you. So, all right. Well, thank you.
And how?
I'm sorry. Go ahead. No. Okay. All right. Next call. Good morning. You're on Talkback. Hello.
Hey, this is Walter Beach.
Hey, Walter. How are you, sir?
Are you there?
Yes, sir. You are on.
Oh, okay. I just wanted not to bring you down off the NFL. It's all fine and good, but I want to touch on the last day of this and that. Well, today is the last day you can hold your cell phone in your hand legally.
Oh, for driving. Yeah.
Tomorrow you can go get your tint darker so they can't see you holding your cell phone.
That's right. That's right.
Good point.
I think I want my tax dollars back. This is just like the insurance deal. One cancels the other. Are we going to get anything done? I don't know. But, I'm glad the NFL is here because it gets my wife off my back.
There you go. She just leaves you alone, huh?
Oh, she does. So that's I'm not a big NFL fan after all the controversy and stuff. It really never was. I can, I watched the game with her, but it just keeps her off my back. Now I could go fishing and do all the things I want to do without the crowds.
Now, is she the one that's watching football, or is it you?
I watch it with her.
Okay. She likes football. Huh?
She's, oh my God. She's a big Saints fan, and she's from New Orleans.
Okay.
And I'm a Heinz 57. You know, my team was Miami, then it was Houston Oilers and Dallas, and it changes. And now it's the Saints. So, I just wanted to highlight some great tax spending.
I wouldn't mind switching teams, but my heart won't let me. Wish I could.
Yeah, I understand that, but I'll be listening. It'll be exciting to see how the CO2 meeting went.
Okay. Thank you for calling in.
Crazy. Thank y'all. Good. Good morning, and see y'all later.
Appreciate it. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, with me, my football loyalties have changed a little bit. Like growing up when I was a little kid, I loved the Miami Dolphins. And I think the only reason I did was because when I was a kid, Flipper was my favorite TV show about the Dolphins. And then I remember watching the first Super Bowl. We had a babysitter. I remember that. And I remember seeing the Dolphin on the helmets. I'm like, oh, that's my favorite team.
It's pretty cool.
That was like my first conscious memory of NFL football.
But why did the Dolphins go and ruin their perfect dolphin logo?
Oh, I know.
It looks it looks like a beached whale.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
I hate it.
They updated it a little bit in the 90s, and I didn't like that change. This change I like even less. But I kind of transitioned from being a Dolphins fan to being more of a Dan Marino fan, and then the way they kind of did him his last year or two, I didn't like that, so it kind of soured me on the team. And by that point, Favre was leading the Packers, and I really liked him, so I started shifting back to the Packers. And then we moved down here in 2000, and watching the Saints games and how dreadful they were to watch. I was so bored watching Saints games. That's when they had like Jeff Blake and Aaron Brooks as their quarterbacks.
Kind of like now.
And then when they got Drew Brees, well, I loved Drew Brees in college, and I was so mad when the Dolphins didn't draft him, because I wanted him to be their next quarterback. And then they had a chance to sign him as a free agent, and they passed and traded for Dante Culpepper, and Brees came to New Orleans. And as they say, the rest is history. So then I really kind of started getting back into the Saints. But now, ever since Brees has retired, it's not really fun to watch Saints games anymore. And I don't know. I guess if I follow the NFL, it's more for my fantasy team than anything else at this point. Because I feel like a lot of the NFL is boring right now.
It's not as fun as it was like in the 2010s.
No.
Because the 2010s was a lot of fun.
Or even the 90s.
Yeah.
The 90s might have been the peak NFL.
I would say like 2010 to 2019 was pretty big too.
Yeah.
Because you had, Tom and Peyton and all those guys, Drew. That was pretty big as well.
I just wish Marino could play in this era, because he'd throw for 6,500 yards and 80 touchdowns.
Probably so. Yeah, I've always liked one team. I'm pretty obsessed with the Cowboys.
Well, I appreciate that. I respect that.
But baseball, I'm not huge on baseball. I love the sport. I love going to the games. Like, I'm pumped about going to a game in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
But I just can't, just emotionally get involved in a team. I don't know why.
Jump on that Brewers bandwagon.
I'll go for. Trust me, I'll root for them if they make the playoffs.
Okay.
I'd love to see them win for your sake.
All right. Well, we need to take a break. More coming up.
Talkback is sponsored by The Clinics with 27 providers and 3 locations. Someone can see you today. Stick around. More of Talkback is on the way.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. Microsoft is said to become the second company in the world to reach a $4 trillion market capitalization after reporting quarterly earnings that beat Wall Street expectations. NVIDIA became the first company to hit that milestone earlier this month. Microsoft said it would spend more than $30 billion in the current quarter to build out the data centers powering its AI services. Investors also liked what they heard about accelerating growth in the company's cloud computing unit in the latest quarter. Meta Platform shares are also surging ahead of the open. The company is taking advantage of its lucrative ad business and boosting spending next year, with executives saying now is the time to seize on investment opportunities in AI. CEO Mark Zuckerberg said the ads business is already seeing a meaningful amount of revenue from new generative AI features. Stock futures are jumping higher after a mixed close for Wall Street yesterday. The Dow and the S&P slipped. The Nasdaq edged higher. The Fed held interest rates steady as expected. Gina Cervetti, Bloomberg Radio.
If you'd like to take part in the show today, call the BON Bank Talk line at 442-8255. That's 442-TALK. And remember, if you're looking to purchase or refinance your home, call Christina Bagwell at the BON Bank Mortgage Department at 448-2430.
Talk Track, 970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYL.
All right, Alan, Stephen back with you here on your Thursday, 442-8255, the phone number on the BON Bank Talk line. And Stephen, yesterday we had a few calls asking about what they're going to be doing with that section of US 167 intersecting with 165 Kingsville, where starting on August 6th, they are going to have that road down to one lane, but you won't be able to enter or exit at that location while they do some work, which will take a few months at least.
Yeah. So it starts the 5th. So that's in a couple of days. They're going to shut down the ramps, on-ramps and off-ramps, and they're also going to shut down the outside lane, so only the inside lanes under that overpass will be open.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to dig it out. They're going to lower it to close to 2 feet or so to allow for a better, higher clearance on that overpass. And then in October, they'll hopefully finish that and then shut down the inside lanes till January. So it's just going to be a jumbled mess as Al tries to see us through his eyelids. You're happy about it,
I'm
huh?
doing the same look as you talking about the Eagles.
Yes. Like, I don't know. They have their reasons. They're smarter than we are about road construction, obviously.
Are they?
I don't know. But why at the beginning of school?
Yeah,
why would you not go to Tioga that way, right? And,
Yeah.
You know.
Why would you not have done this like the start of summer
Yeah.
when you don't have school?
And people are kind of sitting around. and-
Yeah.
I don't know. Interesting, isn't it? You're flabbergasted.
Yeah, as I mentioned yesterday, now I'll have to find a new way to get to work, different route,
Oh,
which
yeah.
will take me longer.
Yeah.
And look, you folks know, in the morning, you have it down to like the second getting to work.
Yeah.
So imagine you had to add 5 or 10 more minutes. That means you're going to set your alarm that much earlier. First world problems, I understand,
Yeah.
but still, it's aggravating.
It'd be annoying.
And I noticed the story you did yesterday, which you guys can catch on our Cenlar Broadcasting Facebook page, as well as Stephen Maxwell's Facebook page. That a lot of the comments said exactly what I said. That area floods when you get rain anyway. Now you're going to lower it 2 feet?
I know. It's
I mean,
interesting.
they better put some serious drainage in there.
I'm going to ask him about that. Because I know I've lived in this area for, close to 15 years
Oh,
in
you
total.
saw yesterday with the rainstorm that popped up. That was kind of out of
nowhere, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, like, I did not know that area flooded. I never noticed it.
Yeah.
Apparently it does. So, and I used to live in Pineville.
By flood, I mean, it just means when you get a lot of heavy rain at one time, it kind of, pools for a little bit.
I gotcha.
But
Like Jackson Street.
right,
Okay.
right. And there are other sections of that one. As you're going more south from there, you can hit some areas that'll have standing water. So you have to slow down and be careful. But yeah.
I'm assuming the road scientists have that figured out, but we'll see. Wait and see, right?
It's time for flying cars. Roads? Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Hey, I've seen more videos of self-driving cars.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So will texting and driving, can you text and drive soon? I mean, text and ride if you're in the driver's seat?
I would think so.
Maybe not. Like, you have to have, like, an emergency backup human.
I feel like if you weren't with your hands on the steering wheel, you'd probably fall asleep because your mind wouldn't be engaged in driving. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So-
You would.
I would definitely.
You 1,000%
I could
would.
catch a nap on the way to work and just have it wake me up when I get here.
I'm telling
that'd
you.
be perfect.
You'll be woken up by the sports segment on Louisiana Radio Network.
That's right. Okay, let's go back to the phone calls. Good morning. You're on Talkback.
Yes, I really believe that some of these engineers that plan some of these some of these studies had to be asleep in class, or either they missed that day because they missed it by a long shot. I don't know what they were thinking, but they even missed that section of class, or they were asleep during the explanation because they really screwed up badly when they plan some of this stuff. Thank you. Have a
Thank
good
you.
day.
I wonder, does maybe the funding timing have something to do with it? Because we are starting the new state fiscal year.
Could be. I'll text DOTD here in a second.
Yeah. I mean, we're not meaning our local guys. We know they work hard, and we're not trying to throw shade at you, but just from the standpoint of the timing of it, it's just really like the worst.
Look, I'm gonna be devil's advocate here. You could plan it on
Yeah. No, you're right.
the slowest day, and people are gonna be ticked off because
Right.
it's a busy spot.
Right.
They knew it's just they feel like you probably have to rip off the Band-Aid. But August 5th is a little interesting.
Yeah, for sure.
You know,
To say the least.
maybe a couple weeks before, so people get used to the route and
Yeah.
they can plan for school. I can see little Jimmy and Timmy all getting late at Tioga and Pineville, and it's gonna be a whole thing. So we'll see.
Little Jimmy and Timmy.
Little Jimmy and Timmy, little Al.
When you say little Jimmy, I think of Sawtell.
Man, I can't believe Jimmy's not going to join us for
yeah.
baseball.
Trip.
Whatever.
Said he's going to be, can't make it. Oh well.
Lord.
Oh well.
Whatever he's doing, he can move it around.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's going to be a little jumbled mess. And they have all those new shopping centers over there, and
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the new Freddy's will be opening just
just
right in time for there to be.
Oh, that's so true.
Hard to get there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to try to think if I can take some kind of different route. I'll think on it.
Well, if you look on my story in the comments, I listed the alternate routes in the link.
Probably the easiest for me is going to be getting off at the Tioga exit, taking 71 past the VA and all that. But like we had Brian call yesterday, and you get a lot more slow traffic, and if that's more congested, yeah.
It's going to be a mess. Yeah.
I could, from where I live, get over to 165, but I'd have to go either through kind of like the penitentiary road with Pollock.
Okay.
I don't know if I want to do that. Air base, whatever they call it, it's that road.
I'm trying to think.
Either way,
I just haven't
it's
been
going to
long.
add about 10 more minutes.
You're just going to have to put on a hat and not fix your hair.
I have to put my big boy pants on.
You got to
Suck it up.
Buttercup. Oh, come on.
You know me, how sympathetic I am toward people's problems.
I used to wake up in the morning in freezing temperatures and carry a bucket to school. I don't want to hear you.
Carry a bucket.
I don't know. That's what my grandpa would say or something.
Well, he's a lunch in a
God
bucket.
rest his soul, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your grandpa was a pretty cool guy.
He was a funny cat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Steven
Sure miss him.
did a video with him one time.
Yeah. I don't know if that exists
The
anymore.
Magic Barn or
The
something.
Magic Barn. That probably did him in.
Yeah, probably. All right. Another call. Good morning. You're on Talkback.
Hey, good morning. Let me get this straight. They're going to cut that expressway off?
Yep. Well, not completely. It'll be down to one lane, but you can't get on or off on either side for like, what,
Okay.
3 months almost?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Egad. So
Yeah,
no
you
more turning right or left.
Correct.
You just have to go straight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you'd have to get off at like the Donahue Ferry exit or
Yeah,
28
yeah.
East or before it.
Yeah. Yeah. And one accident in the morning and then everything's
Oh,
messed up even worse. Yeah.
my gosh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now that's crazy. That's what it sounded like when I watched Steven's story, but I thought surely not. I figured I was missing something, but as I heard you talking about it.
Truly thorough and
My goodness.
accurate.
Actually,
Yeah.
yes, and stop calling us Shirley.
Okay. Thanks for the clarification. Y'all have a great day.
All right. Appreciate it. Speaking of crazy movies.
Okay, so I want to bring this up before you bring that up.
Okay.
This is what I want to talk about this morning. I saw some of the Naked Gun previews.
Yes.
It looks wildly unfunny.
Does
I
it
don't want to be
really?
a jerk. And then they did like this skit with ESPN
Yeah.
where Liam Neeson came in and played the part.
Oh, really?
And like they're like, "Oh, I'm here investigating. You're stealing bases." It was
Stupid.
To me, it was not funny.
I feel like a lot of comedy these days is just dumb and it's not even funny.
No, I don't even know what a good funny movie is lately.
Well, Adam Sandler's Happy Gilmore 2 has broken records for Netflix. They had 46.7 million views of it over the weekend.
Wow,
Pretty crazy.
it's pretty good.
The biggest U.S. opening weekend for a Netflix movie, period. Wow, that's pretty impressive. Now, I will say this. It is stupid funny, but I laughed out loud watching it by myself at least 10 times during the movie.
I like stupid funny if it's done
Yeah.
right. And Naked Gun might be great. It just doesn't look funny to me.
My favorite part is what happens to Travis Kelce in the movie.
Oh, Lord.
I'll give you. And Bad Bunny, what is he? Is he?
Puerto Rican musician.
Yeah, he's really good in it.
Yeah, I bet.
And he plays the guy that Sandler hires to be his caddy, and he knows nothing about golf. But he was really good.
Oh, I gotta tell my wife that. She'll get a kick. She likes Bad Bunny.
I mean, you should watch it. If you've seen the first one, or if you're not, then go back and watch the first one, then watch the second one. Because it doesn't try to be something that is not. It is what you expect it to be, a stupid Adam Sandler movie, but it's, an hour and a half of just silly entertainment.
I like it.
And I liked it.
No, I would like it.
Yeah. Now, Naked Gun, it's like trying to repaint a Picasso.
Sure. I hear you. Yeah.
I mean,
Starry Night's a little off there.
Yeah. I mean, how are you going to top Leslie Nielsen?
I know. And I like
even
Liam
if
Neeson.
the guy has the same initials, it doesn't work for me.
Yeah, and I know it's like corny dad jokes is kind of the thing, right?
Right.
But it just doesn't. It's just not sitting with me.
No.
It's a trailer. It might be good.
Yeah.
It's just not sitting with me.
I will say this. I don't feel inspired to pay a movie to go watch that.
No. I'll let you do it, or one of the viewers out there do it, and you can tell me how it is.
Yeah. That's fair. That's
just like
good.
when y'all told me about Superman, like I'm not really interested in it. To be honest with you, I'm over superheroes.
Yeah.
And but y'all said it was good. Maybe I'll try it out one day.
Don't they have the new racing movie out this weekend, Formula One, as well?
I thought it already came out.
Oh, did it?
I don't know.
I thought it was this weekend.
That's definitely not in my lane either. No
Really?
pun intended.
Well, I'll tell you, Ford versus Ferrari, that was one of my favorite movies of the last 10 years.
Yeah, you told me
good, so good. But I don't know if Formula One is on that same track. No pun intended.
Yeah.
But
what's the big movie out right now? Still Superman? There was something else.
Yeah, something else came out this weekend. What was it?
It did pretty well. Too.
Oh, Fantastic Four.
Okay, I'd rather see that than Superman.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I don't know.
I just feel like Superman always does horribly.
Speaking of Naked Gun and Liam Neeson, the rumor is now, because she was the co-star in the movie, Pamela Anderson, that those two are an item now.
Liam Neeson.
If you remember, Neeson's wife died a few years ago, like at least 10 years ago. Wasn't she killed in an accident or something?
I don't remember that.
I think she hit her head skiing or something.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and he hadn't remarried, but now he and the makeup-less Pam Anderson, she's gotten kind of well known because she's not wearing makeup.
Huh.
So she shows her age. I mean, she's still highly attractive, but
I haven't seen her. I don't know.
yeah, you have to look it up.
I will, I guess.
She looks like she's got to be close to 60 because she's around my age.
She's probably older, huh?
I'm going to say we're around the same age.
Liam Neeson's probably 70, huh?
I would think so. Yeah.
I mean, he was in the greatest movie ever.
Your first Star Wars
Phantom
episode
Menace.
1.
Not Taken, the Phantom Menace.
Steven's childhood favorite movie.
I do love some Qui-Gon Jinn.
What does that even mean?
That's his name.
I know. Doesn't he get killed in the movie?
Yes.
Spoiler
Don't
alert.
spoil it.
If you haven't seen that movie at this point in your life.
You know what really is annoying about that whole thing, though? This is where Star Wars just gets messed up. And I won't go on my soapbox here. Qui-Gon Jinn, Liam Neeson got stabbed in the stomach and almost immediately died. Darth Maul gets cut in half and ends up living.
Did he?
Makes no sense.
How does that happen?
I don't know. Space.
All right, so Liam Neeson is 73. Pamela Anderson is 58.
Wow. I thought Pamela was a lot older.
I told you. She's only a year younger than I am.
Wait, you're 59?
Yeah, I'll be 60 in September.
Wow.
Yeah.
How's that feel?
Feels old.
Feel with your hands, right?
Yeah, exactly. Shout out Jody White.
Yeah.
All right, quick break. Back with more.
Talkback is sponsored by The Clinics with 27 providers and 3 locations. Someone can see you today. Stick around. More of Talkback is on the way.
Hello, I'm Dr. Noah Miller. I'm the new guy at the clinics. I'm a family medicine physician from Vedrine, Louisiana, and I'm now accepting new patients. Call today for an appointment. The clinics offers a wide range of services, including primary care, family and chronic care, urgent and acute care, on-site lab and x-ray as well. Same-day appointments are available, and we accept most insurance and Medicare. Experience exceptional care at the clinics. 1587 North Bolton. Call 445-9823 or reach us online at theclinics.us. Looking forward to seeing you at the clinics.
970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYL. Now back to Talk Back.
All right, it's Al Quartermont. It's Stephen Maxwell. It is Talk Back, and you are listening to this show, which we appreciate you guys doing here at 442-8255 on the BOM Bank Talk Line. We had one of the callers reference it earlier, the carbon capture meeting. That was actually Tuesday night. So we did spend a fair amount of time talking about it yesterday. If you didn't catch that, that's in our 8 o'clock hour. There's one more thing I want to get to from that, which is originally State Representative Jason DeWitt said that he was not going to go to the meeting, but then he did. And the reason why he said he wasn't going to go was maybe just some of the online comments, was a little concerned about the tone of them.
It was a social media post.
Yeah.
In particular.
Correct. Which, when you look back at what happened to those two Democratic state representatives in Minnesota about a month ago, and then just heard the story this morning, there was like a city council member somewhere who got lit on fire.
Oh my God.
But it sounds like that's more of a domestic issue because they said the guy that they arrested for it had recently split from his wife. So
gotcha.
Kind of the way the story was said, you can kind of read between the lines there. But, even so. But Jason was there Tuesday. Stephen talked with him, and let's let you listen to what he had to say.
Here in central Louisiana, that we get input from our constituents, about carbon capture and how they feel about it, and gives us feedback. And we serve the people, and we want to make sure we do what the people ask us to do. And again, every time I go to one of these meetings, Stephen, I learn a little something more every time. So it's pretty interesting. It's the first time I've heard this particular one. I went to the one in Pineville. That was kind of a different side of folks from LSU that talked about it, and then this is the first time I've heard Mr. LeBlanc do this speech, so I was really impressed.
Do you have I hate to ask this question, but if you were to vote today, where would you kind of land on the situation?
There's no doubt if the people have spoken loudly. When I went to Baton Rouge back in April, the most of my folks in my district were in favor of it. Now, when I've come home and listened to the area and more people have found out about it, it seems that has changed. So whatever the majority of my people want, that's the way I'm going to vote, because I serve the people and I'll continue to do that. And I appreciate them putting me in office.
You're still trying to figure some things out too on where you are on that issue? Or?
No, as far as I'm concerned right now, if that's what the folks want back home, that's where I'm at,
Gotcha.
And I'm going to be co-authoring some of the stuff with Mike Johnson. He and I are working on some bills together and look forward to getting those prepared for next session.
And Representative Johnson talked about putting forth bills that would stop eminent domain for carbon capture.
Yeah.
You heard some people in there too say, we want it further. We're just concerned about it being put in the ground at all in our area. Do you think it needs to be taken a step further, or just stop at the eminent domain?
The eminent domain thing is what we're hearing most of our issues and complaints from people, from my constituents also. People worried about a private corporation coming in and taking their land, and we're just not going to allow that to happen. So we're going to be putting legislation together this year and hopefully get that through the system. As you know, got to get through the Senate as well as to the governor's signature.
I know there's so many questions in the air, but can you see this project still happening without eminent domain in the area?
Without eminent domain, I'm not sure about. I would say that if they do away with these tax incentives, this project goes away. There's no doubt in my mind that will happen. And the federal government has, kept these 45Q tax credits going, and they've sent that message. So at this point in time, I don't think we'll see that change until probably the new Congress comes in.
You think those 45Qs could be taken away possibly?
You betcha it could be. With the public outcry and the way the people speaking today at different meetings like this we had tonight, look, I think that's a very good possibility.
I'm asking the questions that I get 24/7. So
no problem.
So you'd be okay with Sun Gas not doing business here in the area if it comes down to that?
Well, I look, we want any business to come in because what I ran on is I don't want my kids leaving this area. I want them staying in Sunlaw, but we want safe manufacturing industry to come to our area, and that's first and foremost as far as I'm concerned.
And CCS would not be equating to.
Well, like I said, when it comes to CCS, I'm with the people. If they don't want it, that's where I'm going to be.
Yeah.
You know, unless they change their mind, that's where I'm going to be.
Another question I want to ask you, just because it was in the news yesterday. Why did you decide to come after that social media?
Come support my good friend in the House of Representatives. That's why I'm here today, because I want to make sure that he had asked me to come, and I've had some folks from law enforcement that had requested that I not come, but sometimes I can be a little hard-headed, but I'm here to support my friend Mike Johnson.
All right. State Representative Jason DeWitt, Stephen talked with him Tuesday night at the carbon capture sequestration meeting that they had in DeVille. So it does sound like he's changed his position based on what his constituents are now saying.
Yeah, that's what he said. He listens to them and wants to vote accordingly to what they want. He says he feels like that's what the large consensus is that they want it essentially stopped.
Right. You know, you guys talked about the Q45 tax credits. Now, I did notice that yesterday, one of the national news items didn't get a lot of play, but that Trump announced they're ending federal subsidies for a lot of the aspects of the Green New Deal through the Department of the Interior. And specifically, he talked about windmills. And there was a quote, I don't know if I can find it, but he said something to the effect that good energy doesn't have to be subsidized by the federal government.
Okay.
If it's a good energy project, it doesn't need the government to subsidize it. That was effectively what he said. So does that mean something like Q45 credits could be next? Now, in a big, beautiful bill, as I've noted, they actually did increase those, but that was more through what the Senate had done, putting those in there.
Yeah, I mean, he signed the bill, too.
Yeah, right.
And there's so much in that bill, don't get me wrong. But that's a big part, too.
Yeah.
I don't know if the administration really is against it. I don't know if they would be. I think they probably want to see it move forward.
Yeah. They definitely want, I would say, projects that bring jobs. I mean, every administration wants that. But these new policies, I think, first and foremost, he's going after the windmills. He thinks they're ugly. We know that they kill birds. Like he's talking
I don't know. He's like a battle against windmills. It's been going on for years.
Well, I mean, I remember a few years ago driving across the plains of Oklahoma, which I find beautiful, and you just look out and just these ugly, hideous windmills, which don't last that long. When you got to replace the blades, you got to basically store them in the ground. I mean, they're just.
You really don't like them? Like they bother you?
Yeah.
Because I'm not trying to be like negative. I mean, a devil's advocate. I thought they were cool.
Really?
Well, I didn't really care. Because we'd always drive up to the Northwest and we'd go through all those states and as a kid, but I don't know the effectiveness of
people that live near them will tell you how many dead birds they find on the ground.
Yeah.
And he's talked about how it's killed bald eagles, where like if you and I killed a bald eagle, we'd go to jail, but build a windmill and it kills it. So I just find them hideous. I don't think they're that energy efficient anyway.
I just don't know. I legitimately don't know.
They produce some kind of a sound wave, too, that people live near them say that it bothers them. So, yeah.
I'm glad people are looking into it if that's something they're passionate about. I'll do my research on windmills next time. I just have no opinion. I don't think they're ugly. That's the only thing I can say.
Really?
But I know that the president really hates them.
He does.
Because he brings them up all the time.
Yeah, he does. Speaking of the Trump administration and kind of on the national news, a friend of mine from Chicago, David Schwartz. Hey, David, shout out. He sent me a link to a New York Times article. Well, he screenshotted the headline, and it's a graphic as well. How Louisiana built Trump's busiest deportation hub. ICE wants to make immigration enforcement as efficient as FedEx or Amazon. Louisiana was poised for this moment. And unfortunately, there's a paywall. And
oh, no.
I don't have... Oh, it says I can read it for free if I register.
We're going to go GoFundMe together, and we can read the article.
Yeah.
Everyone listening, give
It
us
says
some.
I can continue with Google. So let me see if I can do that, and then we'll go from there. But
Okay.
anyway, more to come in hour number 2, so we hope you'll stick with us. A lot of things to get to.
We'll talk about our favorite windmill.
My favorite windmill? The one Don Quixote attacked. That's my favorite
Yeah.
one. The Man of La Mancha. All right, back after this.
Been listening to Talkback. The opinions expressed were those of the hosts and callers, and not necessarily those of Cenlaw Broadcasting.
FM 104.9, AM 970, KSYL, and KRRV 100.3 HD3 Alexandria. It's 8 o'clock.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. The clock is ticking for trade deals a day before President Trump's August 1st deadline. He's advising Americans not to fear.
Critics said that our tariffs would hurt the economy, but the data shows the exact opposite.
The White House says South Korea is the latest among 11 trading partners to reach an agreement. Seoul settled for 15% tariffs. President Trump says Canada has made a deal very hard after Prime Minister Mark Carney announced his country would recognize a Palestinian state.
This intention is predicated on the Palestinian Authority's commitment to much-needed reforms, including commitments by the Palestinian Authority's President Abbas to fundamentally reform its governance, to hold general elections in 2026 in which Hamas can play no part.
State police in Arkansas have arrested a 28-year-old man in a barbershop in Springdale in the murders of a husband and wife in Devil's Den State Park in front of their 2 young daughters. Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders.
We ask that every Arkansan remember this family and lift them up in prayer and offer condolences and comfort to them in any way that you can.
The girls escaped uninjured. Police have not announced a possible motive. A funeral service is getting underway right now in New York City, where the police officer among 4 people shot and killed this week at a Midtown office building. The NYPD's Diderol Islam was a father of 2 with another child on the way. CBS New York's Christina Fan is in the Bronx.
Officers are getting ready to shut down the streets surrounding the mosque where the funeral will be held. They're also busy bringing out barricades to better protect the hundreds of mourners who are expected to attend this prayer service.
Another weight loss drug may be good for your heart.
In a new clinical study, Eli Lilly found its GLP-1 weight loss drug Mounjaro is 16% more effective than its type 2 diabetes drug Trulicity at reducing deadly heart attacks or strokes. Lilly claims Mounjaro can be a frontline treatment for people with cardiovascular disease and type 2 diabetes. The drug maker did not say when it hopes to get FDA approval for that. Mounjaro's main competitor, Ozempic, is already approved to help prevent cardiovascular events. Michael Wallace, CBS News.
If you live in the Northeast, you might want to grab an umbrella and some waterproof shoes before you head out. CBS meteorologist David Parkinson expects heavy rain.
The big threat today into tomorrow is a level 3 out of 4 risk for flash flooding in the Northeast corridor from Newark, New Jersey, down to the southern suburbs of Washington, D.C.
Dow futures are up 115. S&P futures ahead 60. NAS futures up 317. This is CBS News.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Get renter's insurance to protect the things that make your place a home, including coverage for theft or damage. Visit Progressive.com.
Do you know how America became the best country on God's green earth? We made things, from automobiles to airplanes to textiles. We were the manufacturing epicenter of the world, the innovators that every other country turned to. I'm Katie Lyon, co-founder of Allegiance Flag Supply, and I'm here to tell you that the American spirit is alive and well at Allegiance, where we make American flags 100% in America. When you fly your American flag from Allegiance Flag Supply, you're not just honoring our country. You're supporting American men and women who proudly make the highest quality American flags. Period. True patriots who put care into every stitch. See our full story at showallegiance.com and learn about our 100% American-based supply chain. Fly your flag from showallegiance.com with pride, because every flag says manufacturing is still alive and well in the U.S., and we are still the greatest country. Save $35 on your American flag set when you go to showallegiance.com.
Freedom from drug addiction happens in NA meetings. It is possible to stop using drugs, and they can help. Call Narcotics Anonymous at 1-585-DON'T-USE or visit their website at larna.org for more information.
Louisiana Radio Network, I'm Colleen Crane. At Pennington Biomedical Research Center in Baton Rouge, an effort is underway to use AI to develop drugs to treat ALS and other neurodegenerative diseases. It's being led by Dr. Jeff Keller, who says the goal is to use AI-driven insights to identify and prioritize therapeutic targets. He says one well-known ALS patient was instrumental in securing the necessary funding.
This funding would not have happened without the help and input from Steve Gleason. He played a very important role in making sure this funding and this effort happened.
After 17 years, UL Lafayette President Dr. Joseph Savoy is stepping down. Communications professor Philip Otter, the former faculty senate president, says Dr. Savoy was a very effective president.
He's been very good with outreach to the community, working with not only students but parents, but also with the people that work here.
LRN.
Reuters Institute reports social media has become the main source of news for more than half of people in the U.S., surpassing TV channels and news websites. Before the story hits the group chat, it hits Simla Update. Follow Simla Broadcasting on Facebook, your community, your update.
But I got to tell you, no major changes in our forecast over the next couple of days, as we'll see partly to mostly cloudy skies today. We'll put in a chance of an afternoon shower or thunderstorm, about a 20% chance of that. Afternoon highs near 95 degrees. Tonight down to 74, and then tomorrow, really more of the same. Morning sunshine, followed by the chance of some afternoon showers or thunderstorms. From the Cenla Broadcasting Weather Center, I'm Dave Gratian. Currently 76 degrees in Cenla.
Talkback is sponsored by The Clinics. With 27 providers and 3 locations, someone can see you today.
It's Talkback, Central Louisiana's longest-running talk show. Whether it's the guests or the callers, Talkback is where Central Louisiana begins its conversation.
And the other thing I say to Europe, we will not allow a windmill to be built in the United States. They're killing us. They're killing the beauty of our scenery, our valleys, our beautiful plains, and I'm not talking about airplanes. I'm talking about beautiful plains, the beautiful areas in the United States. And you look up, and you see windmills all over the place. It's a horrible thing. It's the most expensive form of energy. It's no good. They're made in China, almost all of them. When they start to rust and rot in 8 years, you can't really turn them off. You can't bury them. They won't let you bury the propellers, the props, because there's a certain type of fiber that doesn't go well with the land. That's what they say. The environmentalists say you can't bury them because the fiber doesn't go well with the land. In other words, if you bury it, it will harm our soil. The whole thing is a con job. It's very expensive. And in all fairness, Germany tried it, and wind doesn't work. You need subsidy for wind, and energy should not need subsidy. With energy, you make money. You don't lose money.
See, that was the quote I was looking for. With energy, you make money, you don't lose money.
Yeah. Valid points. The only thing is, I just don't think they're like a scourge on America's beauty. Like, I think that's a little exaggerated.
No, it's our beautiful planes. I'm not talking about airplanes. I'm talking about the plane.
I mean, that's an opinion. I didn't know it was such a serious issue.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So the news yesterday was that they announced that they are changing a lot of the EPA parameters under Lee Zeldin. He is actually revoking the scientific finding that greenhouse gases pose a threat to the public. He said this has been referred to as basically driving a dagger into the heart of climate change religion. Yeah. So
that's fine. I mean, it's just one of those highly scientific things that we argue about that gets very confusing. And I just from like the windmill beauty standpoint, I'm confused. But if they're not efficient, then we shouldn't subsidize it for sure. But I just don't know.
No, he is right there. That they have a very limited shelf life, so to speak, and then there's nothing you can really do with those propellers.
I gotcha.
Because they don't want you to put them in the ground, but then what are you supposed to do with them?
I know.
So.
it's a tough thing because, sometimes government has been known to spur certain things it thinks might be better for society through subsidies or what have you. Do they always work? Probably not. But you're also working against I'm not criticizing it. I think it's great, but a very large private industry that puts a lot of lobbying dollars into making sure their message is going across too. Fossil fuels.
Right.
So it's two-sided for sure. But I love the one thing that's perplexed me is the previous administration, got all the car industries and car manufacturers. We're going to all be electric by 20 whatever, and then that's completely scrapped as far as I know for most of them, right? Pretty much gave up on that.
Right. So maybe California.
Maybe California. I don't know. I remember
Gavin hasn't screwed up that state enough as it is.
Well, the chief met in one of my previous stations in Florida. He was the only one that drove like a Tesla electric vehicle, and it just seemed like a big pain.
Yeah.
Like the scheming he had to do to go to Florida State football games about 2 hours away. Like, can I find a charging station here? It's just there's no infrastructure for it.
Right.
And
remember how much money they apportion for infrastructure under transportation with Pete Buttigieg? It was like billions of dollars, and they built like 5 or something like
that. Did they?
Yeah. Yeah, it was like a big boondoggle, basically, again, like it always is. So, a friend of mine just bought a Tesla. It's nice. It's not that normal white boxy kind of car. It looks more sporty. I wouldn't even have really noticed it was a Tesla if you hadn't told me. But it's really, he's talking about it had 100,000 miles on it, but the only thing you have to replace are the tires and the battery, and then the battery gets like 300,000 to 450,000 miles, so it's still relatively young.
I think the tires are pretty. I mean, the batteries get pretty expensive.
I can see EVs for more like urban driving, but not so much for rural or longer distance traveling.
Kind of like in Austin or LA. Maybe I consider it, but I would almost say
even if you lived in Alexandria and most of your driving was just around the city, I could see it making sense.
There's a 0.02% chance I'd buy an electric vehicle.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make any sense to me.
No, I do like hybrids. I think the hybrids are pretty cool.
Yeah. I see a lot of those Toyota RAV4 hybrids. They look pretty cool. So I'm sure they're efficient, but I'm not a big fan of the Teslas. I'm not nothing to do with politics. I just always thought they were kind of shoddy, That's just my opinion. I'm sure there's nice ones. I saw a Cybertruck. Have you seen the Cybertruck around here?
Yeah.
I think they look pretty cool. I don't know if I'd buy one because I don't have lots of money.
They look like something from out of the future.
They do. I mean, they're pretty cool.
The future.
I'd drive that because I would feel like I was like in Dune or something. That'd be the only reason.
There you go. All right, let's go back to the phones on BOM Bank Talk Line. Good morning. You're on Talkback. Hello, good morning. Are you there? Can I kind of hear you making some noise? All right, we'll move on to the next call. Good morning. You're on Talkback.
Hey, can I comment on the Teslas?
Sure.
Yeah.
I had a customer in Oakdale. She got one, and it was one of those sporty ones, and she really loved it. She said they cautioned her never to charge it up to 100% unless she was going on a long trip. And from Oakdale to LA, she was charging to 80% about once a week. And she worked in Oakdale, but she was coming to LA at least 3 or 4 days a week, and she never had a problem with it. The biggest problem was that it's so quiet and smooth. If she wasn't in a gaggle of cars, before she knew it, she was going 85 miles an hour.
Wow.
It goes so fast. And look, I'll take it as soon as I can afford it to not have to do all the mechanical things in a gas-powered vehicle.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be feasible soon. But they only have to change the tires, for oil, never the grease, never the it's just it would be a dream come true when they're economically feasible.
The other thing he mentioned, my friend that bought it, is that the vehicle like monitors the temperature inside when it's parked. And it'll keep it to where, like, when you get in a car, like on these 100-degree days, it's not super hot in there.
Well, not just that, though. It's going to drain your battery, because if it's like you go to a game in Baton Rouge or something and it's really hot, it's got to keep that battery cooler. It doesn't function efficiently.
Right.
And so you may think I have 400 miles left, and then you get in the car and you see you only have 150 miles left.
Yeah.
That could be a problem. But once they work through those, man, I'm all for it.
Well, a Tesla battery pack is $5,000 to $20,000.
Yeah, it's like buying a new car.
Plus $500 to $3,000 labor, because I know a lot of local mechanics or some mechanics don't work on electric vehicles, so it costs a lot of money. So to replace it, it would cost a lot of money.
True.
For anything that goes wrong in it
Right.
at this point in time.
Like I said, he told me, and this is him speaking, that you get like 350 to 400,000 miles out of the battery. I don't know if that's true or not, but I would just say if you put away $100 a month, just saving up for it, when and if it does happen, then you might be okay.
Here's my advice. I don't know what I'm talking about this either. I don't know anything cars. Is just buy a Toyota or a Honda, even a Kia now. They'll last forever.
Yeah,
they're good cars.
They are.
I love me some Toyotas too.
Do you?
And I love the new Kias. They're awesome. But I don't have any car sense. I just look at them and think they look cool.
I remember when you used to have the Mustang.
Mustang, yeah. That thing was a nightmare. Man, it just always broke down.
Yeah.
But I got a Toyota Camry now. I bought it because I'm like, man, this will last me about 300,000 miles.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I love Toyotas.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so the article, excuse me, the article I was referencing from the New York Times, how Louisiana built Trump's busiest deportation hub. I went ahead and tried to log in with my email. They said you can look at it with a Google email. So every day, hundreds of immigrants arrive at this airport in Alexandria and are marched along. Oh, now it just cut me off again. I'm trying to get my friend to screenshot the article so I can maybe share more with you. But
maybe that's why newspapers are having issues.
I mean,
can't even read the thing.
Yeah. Let's see. The airport is the only hub of its kind in the country, 400-bed detention facility on the tarmac. So that's talking about the Alexandria detention facility out at AEX and how it all factors into what ICE is doing. Excuse me. So it'd be good to read that article. If any of you have a subscription to the New York Times, you may want to check that out.
I look at Drudge Report every morning, and I'm so annoyed whenever they link Time stories.
Yes.
Because you can never read them.
Right. Oh. He just sent it to me. Oh, I'll have to get to it. It hasn't completely downloaded yet. So I don't know what's going on with my voice right now. Oh, sorry. Trying to get the cough button there.
I'm going to get you some Gatorade or something.
I might need a lozenge.
That's a funny word.
I know, one of my favorite words, for sure. Tell you what, we'll take a break. I'm going to see if I can get to this article, and we'll come back with more Talkback.
Talkback is sponsored by The Clinics, with 27 providers and 3 locations. Someone can see you today. Stick around. More of Talkback is on the way.
Got a big day ahead of you? Then it's best to fuel up with some of Cenla's best at Bricato's Restaurant. Walk right in and just smell that home-style cooking. Place your order, take a seat, and do breakfast right till 9:30 this morning. Get fresh biscuits, eggs any way you like them, melt in your mouth pancakes, grits, hash browns, sausage, bacon, even wraps and sandwiches. And don't forget their fresh brewed coffee. Bricato's Restaurant. 28 West, right across from the Coliseum. Your breakfast is waiting for you.
If you'd like to take part in the show today, call the BON Bank Talk line at 442-8255. That's 442-TALK. And remember, if you're looking to purchase or refinance your home, call Christina Bagwell at the BON Bank Mortgage Department at 448-2430.
To take part in the show, call 442-8255. That's 442-TALK. 970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYL. Now back to Talkback.
All right, we are back here in Talkback on Talkback.
What?
I don't know what I just said there. But yeah, he screenshotted a lot of the articles, sent it to me now. It's talking about how ICE's goal is to swiftly remove aliens and keep them in ICE facilities for as short a time as possible. They actually are building a similar facility in Texas as the one we have here in Alexandria. It says, while lawyers in Louisiana lament that more and more clients are asking to leave the country rather than wait out the hearing process, Homeland Security has made it clear that that is the desired outcome. running ads encouraging people to self-deport. It says, for the Trump administration, the solution to an increasingly crowded detention system is to build more detention facilities. That's why the big, beautiful bill gives ICE $45 billion more for new detention centers. The two largest private security companies, Geo Group and CoreCivic, have announced plans to add at least 6,000 more beds to existing facilities and convert former prisons or reopen idle facilities in states like Michigan, New Jersey, California, and Texas. Trying to see, let's see, talks about a woman who did not have a lawyer. On May 9th, she was flown to Texas through the Alexandria airport. The next day, she was driven to Mexico in a caravan of buses and other departures. Of course, they'll always find like the sweet mother who is only here to work at the hotel. You know, like they always find those stories. You know what I mean?
But it's a part of the story.
It is. I know, but they rarely report on the. I mean, I saw where in Houston the other day they arrested 6 child abusers, human traffickers. I mean, those are the people I know they're really going after. Karen Bass put a post yesterday on X that Los Angeles saw like its lowest rate of murders in recent months. Someone said, yeah, that's because Trump is deporting all the murderers.
Maybe something to do with like all the military there too.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So they talk about in the article LaSalle Corrections, which operates the Richwood Correctional Center. That's the one where you had the dude from Columbia University at, right? Yeah. Did not respond to multiple requests for comments. They say that they were cited for shortcomings in cleanliness and medical care. Their population has increased, now exceeds 1,100, which was the maximum capacity when the report was written. For most in detention, Louisiana getting out is difficult. Immigration judges in the region have historically granted asylum to some of the lowest rates in the country. Let's see. So it's, again, just talking about some of the individual people that have been there. So I need to probably read through this a little bit more, but of course, you know, they're talking about some of the hardships that have been created. There were young women, mothers and godmothers, at least one woman who is pregnant.
I mean, that is an important part of the story, you know?
I mean, it is part of the story, I agree. But again, if you're here illegally.
No, I get it. I'm just saying, you know.
Yeah.
They are humans with families.
Yeah. Well, send them back to their families.
They probably left to help their family. Some of them.
Yeah.
Like there's so many different stories within that story.
Right.
We just can't generalize.
Okay.
You feel better about what I told you?
It says Louisiana locks up more people per capita than nearly any other U.S. state. I'll go back to something I've always said on that. Just because we have so many people committing crimes.
Yeah.
It's not like we're out there, hey, you want to go to jail? We want to lock you up. Unlike other states, a majority of Louisiana prisoners are held in local jails, with the state paying local sheriffs a daily rate per inmate. Ooh, it's a profit deal. That's what they're saying.
Oh, but yeah. And that's been an argument for a long time now.
Sure. As it says, this can be lucrative, but managing jails is difficult. Some sheriffs began outsourcing state prisoners to private companies, including Geo Group. In 2017, the state's then governor, John Bel Edwards, successfully pushed through legislation aimed at reducing the prison population, and the number of state prisoners fell by more than 8,000 over the next 5 years. You know what the article doesn't say? How much crime went up in the state during the same time.
Recidivism is an issue, right?
Yeah. At the same time, immigration arrests were ramping up sharply under the first Trump administration, and ICE needed thousands more beds. For private correction companies in Louisiana, where the demand for state prison space was falling, that presented a new revenue opportunity at just the right time. The immigration crackdown was prompting resistance elsewhere, including bans in other states. But in Louisiana, there was hardly any friction. Said including when they opened that facility, there were politicians, including then Senator Mary Landrieu, who helped cut the ribbon. with his 400 beds, now they're talking about the Alexandria facility, with his 400 beds right next to a runway, the 72-hour holding facility is the only one of the kind, a matter of pride for ICE officials and local officials alike. Then they quote Ralph Hennessy, the executive director of the England Airport. He said, imagine this as a hub. They go pick up people and bring them here and sort them out. He said in a recent interview, he understood that there was controversy around ICE's ramped up deportations, but that the agency is simply carrying out the law. It has to happen somewhere, he's quoted as saying. So it's a big, long article about, the overall facility and how many people are coming in and out of here and yada, yada. They have a bunch of pictures as well that show the different facilities that they have in Winfield, Richwood, Gina, Jonesboro, Basile, Pine Prairie, Faraday, and Oberlin.
Yeah. And the administration here in Louisiana is definitely going to be lockstep with Trump administration too.
Oh yeah,
so.
No question. Yeah. So anyway, interesting that it makes the New York Times, which looking just through the article, I mean, they seem to be presenting it from more the standpoint of how bad this is for the people that have to go there.
Well, the New York Times.
Yeah, exactly.
Color me shocked on that one.
Yeah. But they do talk about Alexandria. Says no airport has become more crucial to carrying out President Trump's pledge to deport millions of immigrants. You won't even believe something like that exists, says one of the persons that went through it. Recalling days spent in windowless rooms with hundreds of men disconnected from the outside world and not knowing where they would be taken next. So there you go. All right.
You don't have any sympathy, huh?
I do have some sympathy.
No, I'm not just saying,
But
it's tough. I mean, like you said, the Trump administration said they were going to do it, and I'm not sitting here acting like I'm shocked it's happening.
Yeah. But Alexandria is the top ICE hub airport. They've had 1,117 transfer flights and 206 deportation flights.
Wow.
The next closest would be Harlingen, Texas.
Okay.
Ironically, both cities were part of the old, the United Baseball League? Or
yeah,
whatever?
That's the only thing I think of with Harlingen.
Yeah.
I forgot the name of the team.
Was it the Rio Grande Valley White Wings that played there?
Was it? Golly, you remember more than I do. I used to call those games.
All right, we have some calls coming in. Let's take those. Good morning, you're on Talkback.
Hey, Big Al and Steve, how y'all are there?
Good, how are you?
Morning.
Well, I'm trying to make it for old man. I may be leaving this world pretty soon. But I like the old boss and the new boss. I hope he'll be my friend. I hope he'll come see me. But I used to work at the Federal Detention Center or Federal Correctional Institute at Oakdale 1. And, of course, he was sending out inmates left and right. And I'm glad Alexandria made Tucker Carlson when he was on Fox with them moving, all the inmates and all like that, or detainees and stuff. But I don't know. Steve, did you make it to the mayor's briefing on the police?
Yeah, I did. I was there.
Okay. Did he say that we're down God knows how many police and that he had promised that he'd be up? Did he mention any of that?
Yeah, they talked a lot about the police shortage. He said that it's an issue across the country. They're adding 6 more officers in the next couple of days to the force. He didn't say there's a number that we're trying to reach. He goes, obviously we're down. But he goes, and something Commissioner, Van Dyke was saying too, is that with technology changing, they feel like they don't need as many officers. And they also mentioned like the Warschauer incident where a man was killed, and then the traffic circle shooting. They also said that they've been criticized because there is an officer shortage. They said that having more officers in that situation wouldn't necessarily have done anything in those two crime aspects. It's funny you mentioned that. I just posted a video of them talking about that literally just now on our Facebook page.
Oh, wow.
So.
But anyway, I wish the mayor would come on like Mayor Hall, because he always criticizes Mayor Hall. But Mayor Hall took the questions from everybody and anybody, but Mayor Roy won't take questions from nobody. But thank you for putting up that article. God bless you and God bless America.
Well, I don't know if that's necessarily true because the mayor took tons of questions at his briefing, so he welcomes the questions there. You know, I'm not like sticking up for him, but if you go there, he'll answer the questions.
Well, well, never mind. But that's good. I'm glad he's answering questions.
Yeah. Thanks, Cornelius.
Yeah, appreciate the call. And let's get another one in here. Good morning, you're on Talkback.
Yes, did you mention Stephen Maxwell, who's the chief of staff of the governor?
Not Stephen Maxwell. It is, I know his first name, and it's just not coming to me right now. But Stephen Maxwell's sitting on the other side of me.
He's not the Stephen Maxwell that lives in Baton Rouge now, then?
No.
I don't think so.
Different Maxwell. It's not Stephen. Someone knows his name. They'll probably call him.
Is it Chris?
No. Oh, I can picture him. Why can't I? I'm just having one of those.
Chris is Steve's brother. Lance Maxwell.
Lance. Yeah, that's who it is, Lance Maxwell.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Insurance.
No.
Wasn't he?
He might have been. Yeah. I don't know, but he is the governor's chief of staff right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, that was Lance. Yes.
Yes.
But what you were just reading from an article. Where was that found?
New York Times.
Oh, that mentioned Alexandria in a favorable. Oh gosh, that's strange.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're so liberal. I mean.
Well,
thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Thank you so much for the call, too. Appreciate it. So, yeah, they build the story around this man, Badar Khan Suri, Indian citizen who had a visa to do research at Georgetown, was marched off the plane in handcuffs and leg shackles at the Alexandria staging facility. Let's see, they had sought him, asserting that he had comprised a compelling U.S. foreign policy interest. His wife, a Palestinian American, had drawn the attention of pro-Israel activists for her sharp criticism of Israel on social media and for her father's former role as a government official in Gaza. So he found himself among thousands of foreign nationals flown to Alexandria after being taken into federal custody as part of the Trump administration's sprawling immigration crackdown. And then it talks about how no airport has become more crucial to carrying out President Trump's pledge to deport millions of immigrants. And that's kind of the old, we call it the Wall Street Journal tactic, where you build a story about an issue around a person.
Yeah, and that's quite common.
Yeah, in this case, you find a very sympathetic character where people are like, oh, this is outrageous. Yeah. They shouldn't do that to him.
That's kind of generally how we do it in TV news, too, if we can.
Yeah.
Not to
create
a narrative.
A lot of times it's a good tactic. I mean, if you're trying to tell a story about the impact of inflation, you find, maybe a mother of 4 who's trying to make ends meet at the grocery store. It's a good way to tell a story. I agree. But they don't center around, the guy who was arrested for trafficking 75 children into sex slavery. You're not going to see that story.
I don't know if we don't. Do we not? I feel like I hear the administration talk about it all the time. I see it on the news. Yeah. I see Fox talk about it. But it's an important, angle to the story, to people that probably aren't getting their voices heard as much. And the administration sure isn't touting we deported grandma,
right.
So it's someone that probably wouldn't have their voice heard.
Giving voice to the voiceless.
Right.
All right, we'll come right back.
Talkback is sponsored by The Clinics with 27 providers and 3 locations. Someone can see you today. Stick around. More of Talkback is on the way.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. Job cut announcements spiked this month, and companies are pointing the finger partly at AI. The outplacement firm Challenger Gray and Christmas says U.S.-based companies announced just over 62,000 job cuts. Tech firms led the layoffs. Among reasons for the planned cuts, firms cited artificial intelligence and tariffs, with uncertainty about the economic outlook leading to layoffs and store closures in the retail industry. Stock futures point to a higher open for Wall Street. Meta platform platforms and Microsoft shares are both surging ahead of the opening bell following their respective earnings reports yesterday. Best Buy will test special sections in its stores dedicated to home retailer IKEA. The company said the initiative will begin in the fall with 1,000-square-foot areas debuting in 10 stores in Florida and Texas. Best Buy's sales have declined the last 3 years. IKEA is also trying to revive sales. Gina Cervetti, Bloomberg Radio.
I got to tell you, no major changes in our forecast over the next couple of days, as we'll see partly to mostly cloudy skies today. We'll put in a chance of an afternoon shower or thunderstorm, about a 20% chance of that. Afternoon highs near 95 degrees. Tonight down to 74, and then tomorrow, really more of the same. Morning sunshine, followed by the chance of some afternoon showers or thunderstorms. From the Cenla Broadcasting Weather Center, I'm Dave Grayson. Currently 77 degrees in Cenla.
Now back to Talk Back, 970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYL.
And finally this morning. Oops, so we are back here. If I would turn the mic on. Stephen with you. 442-8255. We go back to the phones. Good morning. You're on Talk Back.
Hey, guys. Good morning. If I could, I wanted to reference a critically important topic that you had in your first hour.
Sure.
About the deaths of Qui-Gon Jinn and Darth Maul.
It doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
As coroner, how would you handle that?
It's hard for me. It's very hard for me as a kid who saw the original Star Wars in the theater in 1977. But if you play that back, Stephen, when Qui-Gon Jinn takes that hit, it hits him right through the middle, which would have hit his spine. So he would have immediately lost control of his legs and would have fallen down.
Yeah.
So then Obi-Wan flips over to Darth Maul, cuts him in half. But you notice as he's falling to his death, he's not bleeding because the heat of the lightsaber would have cauterized right through all the vessels, and so he wouldn't have immediately bled to death. But he's still perfusing his brain. He can still look back, but he eventually would have died at the bottom of that shaft. So then Obi-Wan gets back over to Qui-Gon Jinn, and Qui-Gon Jinn obviously took a big hit to his aorta. He's bleeding to death internally and is able to say, "Please train Anakin." So
wouldn't have cauterized his stab wound as well, and wouldn't have Maul's spine been severed too?
Yes, but his spine would have been severed, but he's still got blood flowing to his brain, so he can look back. So he would have probably stayed alive for a few seconds. And then with the only answer that can be given on Qui-Gon would have been, maybe it hit part of the aorta, maybe it cauterized some of it. He didn't actually cut straight through it like they did Darth Maul. So, again, far be it from me to laud the Phantom Menace.
How do we explain when Obi-Wan takes the lightsaber from Darth Vader and he just disappears?
It was more of
I don't think it's ever been explained. Yeah, he just that was never explained. He just must have planned it through the midichlorians or whatever. I don't know.
Well, maybe it was Darth Maul's, Zabrian species that caused him to be able to survive a fall like that.
We're getting into the weeds there, for sure.
And then after he survived, they put these spider-like mechanical legs on him until he was able to regenerate his normal form. I guess it was through the witches on Darth Mir. So, I'm pretty nerdy about it, man.
Does
I know
he come
my
back
stuff.
later in the movie?
Darth Maul is in the animated series, The Clone Wars.
Oh, okay.
And then he's in, it was Clone Wars. He dies again, though. Or he eventually
He
was
was
killed.
one bad dude, no denying that.
Yeah. Yeah, I loved Darth Maul as a kid. I always liked the villains.
So generally speaking, if someone has Darth in their name, we can expect them to be bad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the point.
Yeah, that's a safe bet.
That's the Sith.
All right, I couldn't resist. Y'all have a good day.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
You can always call and talk about that. I'll keep going.
Anyone would know. That our coroner would know if he's really dead or not really dead.
Oh, that was the coroner?
Yeah, that was Dr. Hunter. Dr. Hunter.
Oh, well, then I definitely don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know. Both spines were severed, but if the coroner says it's a different thing, I guess I'll have to believe it.
No.
I don't know where to go from here.
All right. Well, since Cornelius brought it up, Mayor Roy did have a briefing yesterday you were able to attend in your many duties that you do around here. And I know you wanted to have another nice long day. So you were there. How long did the briefing last?
It was like an hour 30, 40.
An hour and 30?
Yeah, it was a while.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah. They usually go pretty long.
Open road on our interstate, which is fantastic. Evangeline, clearing.
What'd you do?
I didn't do anything.
Closer to that 9 o'clock hour. We are looking.
Sounds like we're getting some bleed in from
the rest
the Louisiana Radio Network, maybe?
Acadiana's Morning News continues next.
I'm not sure.
Acadiana.
What is going on?
Let me go get somebody.
I think I just found it. Okay. Hopefully. All right. Anyway, so the mayor was talking about violent crime and property crime. And so you just posted this. Here, take a listen.
When we say things are down, I would be more lawyerly about it. I'd probably say trend lines are down. So when you take a trend line through, we are down. We can show you interventions and things that are happening. I am not by any means, nor I know these two aren't, satisfied with where we are. And I do want to make sure we're always owning those things, that whether we think it's being pushed and it's the wrong question, like how many officers is somehow a panacea to the problem, versus we are short officers. So let's be clear. We want more badged, weapon-carrying officers, and that is needed. And that's unfortunate. 6 start Monday. 6 start Monday. 6 new start Monday. This is, and there was a day when I would have had 10 and thought, oh yeah, we need a big, but that's a big deal right now in the hiring in this country. So with CSOs, with tech and all that, it gets you there. There is no magic number. When people say, well, you're down this. Okay, so whatever number you think it should be that you're down, I can tell you that would not change Warshauer or the South Circle. That's not what would change that. When we say things
so, and obviously you can hear some of the thunder in the background there.
Yeah,
the storm
it was
that
pretty nasty
coming through.
Yeah, he was talking about the Warshauer incident and the South Traffic Circle incident, where the South Traffic is where there was shootings and nobody was hurt or killed. And then the Warshauer situation, a man did die. There's still some suspects out on that one, but he said that more officers necessarily wouldn't have helped with that. And crime, of course, we know is a complicated issue, and I don't think it's always fair to blame, the government for crime. However, they are the leaders, and we go to them for answers, and they can lead the way on finding solutions. But I think that's what everyone wants here in Central Louisiana. We would like to all work to make it better. Crime Stoppers had a news conference yesterday. Some of them talking about, hey, you can anonymously send in tips, because people not talking is a big issue. If you see something, say something.
Right.
You could stay anonymous. You won't go to court over it, and you could even get a cash reward.
It is important. And whatever community you're in, local law enforcement, they do rely on the public, people to let folks know when something is going on. So yeah, that's definitely a strong point as well. And it's good to hear that they have more officers that are starting. I mean, we know that police officer shortages has been an issue across the entire country for a while now. Some of that goes back to the atmosphere of the country back in 2020, and why would people want to put up with some of the stuff that they have to put up with in law enforcement?
Yeah, it's been going on for longer than that. I mean, it's been a tough job to have, and they need more money, and that's something we all know and wish we could do. And that was an issue all over the state of Louisiana. I know Texas has some places that it's an issue too, but they're kind of offering. So if you're like on the border of Texas and Louisiana, you're competing with them as well. Like in Shreveport, just down the road, they're paying like $90,000 with lots of incentives.
Yeah.
Shreveport's down over 100 officers on this spot, I think.
Wow.
But also in Alexandria, they mentioned they're 8, I think they're called community services officers start today. They're badged. They're part of the force, but they kind of go around public areas and parks and kind of keep an eye on things and help out any way they can. So I think that's an interesting angle too. And he also the mayor talked about using tech more, having officers that are strictly doing data and using tech. That's another aspect of the force that can cut back on the need for more officers.
Sure.
So lot of dynamics they're working on. They're aware of it. They want to help fix it, but it's not a unique Alexandria problem.
Well, even Pineville has talked about adding kind of a camera network.
Mm-hmm.
I know, like the campus of LCU is using cameras now as well for their security purposes.
Yeah, I know the city of Pineville, the police department's having a workshop in a couple months about that, or lunch and learn for business owners to come and learn how they can implement these cameras and how it could help out fighting crime in the area.
Gotcha.
It's an interesting thing.
For sure. We'll take a quick break.
Talkback is sponsored by The Clinics with 27 providers and 3 locations. Someone can see you today. Stick around. More of Talkback is on the way.
The clinics welcome Dr. Noah Miller, family medicine physician, to our team. Dr. Miller from Vadrine, Louisiana, is now accepting new patients. Call today to schedule your appointment. The clinics offers a wide range of services, including primary care, family and chronic care, urgent and acute care with on-site lab and x-ray. Same-day appointments are available, and we accept most insurance and Medicare. Experience exceptional care at the clinics, 1587 North Bolton. Call 445-9823 or look us up online at theclinics.us.
A message from Israel Air Conditioning and Heating.
Yeah, my mama, she told me to pick up and call Israel Air.
She told me Israel Air.
She said they'll come running with comfort beyond compare.
At a very fair price.
Because you know we're all about your comfort, no troubles. Call 442-6657. That's 442-6657. We're all about your comfort.
970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYL. To take part in the show, call 442-8255. That's 442-TALK. Talkback.
All right, let's go back to the phones. Thanks for waiting here on Talkback.
I got a question. I've been on Facebook looking at like semi-broadcasting, semi-update, KSYL Talk Radio. Why is everything so out of sequence? Like, okay, semi-broadcasting this morning. I was looking through it. June 10th, they had a story about Logan Roadhouse. And then the next story was July 31st, darker tit. Then the June 5th, there was a story. June 19th, then a July 2nd story.
Yeah. Do you, so are you going on a video, you click the video, and then you kind of scroll to the next video? Is that how you do it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Facebook's algorithm. It kind of decides or tries to figure out what you want. If you want to go in sequence, go to the page and just scroll through the page. It's a social media thing out of our control.
Yeah,
I agree.
On KSYL Talk Radio, they had a story 43 hours ago, KSYL Live. Then the next story was September 28, 2020, Bill Cassidy. And then there was a June 9th story. It drives me nuts trying to figure out.
You have to go to the actual page, whether it's KSYL, whether it's Stephen Maxwell TV, whether it's Cenla Broadcasting. If you click to the actual page, everything will be in order. But if you click on the video and then just scroll to the next video, who knows what Facebook is going to show you?
They could show you a video of someone making cookies for all we know sometimes.
Yeah, I guess I'm not. Well, I'm an old boomer. I'm not really different.
Well, thanks for trying.
As they say, okay, boomer.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks for the support. All right, speaking of the mayor's briefing yesterday, during it, Stephen knows where I'm going. A reporter from another media outlet asked the mayor why our friend on the other side of the microphone there, Stephen, had gotten recently 2 news releases about 2 separate incidents where arrests were made when apparently the other media outlets did not. And this is what the mayor had to say about that.
You mean, why did Mr. Maxwell get something that you guys didn't?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, look, I'll dive right into it. Here's the deal. We're not hiding anything. We want media. We need media. And media with integrity that follow journalistic rules. And the mayor, more than anybody, we need good media. The mayor said it earlier, about giving information with trust that a release would be later. You know, all we're asking, I said it, factual information. Putting information out there that's not factual is just not good journalism. And it was happening a lot. And he publicly made a commitment to what he was going to do. And so that's how that works. No one is required to treat everyone who says they're a journalist as though they do anything differently. Our policy is we should have an official site. Mr. Caffrey was probably not happy about how that worked because he wants it to all go one way. But any journalist is entitled to ask the city for an exclusive or to work up a story they have interest in. And when that journalist operates by rules that are very easy to find, I thought this might come up, so I brought those rules with me today. I'll be happy to read them. Then that person can get an exclusive story. But if someone plays the game of false editing, where they take a statement that someone made and they go join it in an edit to a statement that makes it completely contradictory when that's not in context what was said, that's going to be considered by people who have a brain that's not totally fair. And more today, I would say more today with the power of this, that is a danger to the public. To give people false, fake news and information that makes them think something or rely on it that they think might be official and it's untrue is a danger in our society. And it's prolific. And there's no way to deny that it isn't prolific. So if Mr. Maxwell or anybody else wants to cover the good, the bad, and the ugly, but they want to say, look, I want to do a story and I'm going to do it this way, I can't say that'll be denied every time. Maybe the chief got in some trouble because he did it that way. I don't know. But, you know, if somebody has an interest and they're working their tail off to make a story and they show that they're going to follow the rules of journalistic integrity, we don't have to have the story be favorable to us. We just want to make sure that at least the facts get out. Journalism has to be, at the end of the day, factual. It can also ask questions, and it doesn't have to get it right. It can be opinion-based or not. But in this world where opinion-based and fact-based journalism, no one can tell the difference, obviously there has to be some rules. And there are rules for good journalism, and I think all you guys know that.
Is there any concern that favoritism might become a slippery slope with this sort of practice?
Much less concern of favoritism if it's getting out accurate information than false news. That's a real easy one when you weigh. So if someone gets favoritism because they advance with journalistic integrity, getting facts out, even if they ding you, but they're doing it fairly and they're doing it right, that's no risk to the public. We need good media. There's no way you want in American society a nation that doesn't have robust media looking at everything that goes on. Even if when they uncovered all, they established, oh, they were telling the truth, it was right. There's still the exercise of getting there that is as important as learning that it was done right. Because the moment you're not looking, that's when someone's going to do wrong. So there's nothing wrong with that. But to answer your question on that seesaw, that's easy. Journalistic integrity, doing it right, outweighs someone not doing it right's worry about favoritism every day of the week.
Okay, that was Mayor Jacques Roy. You also heard Chad Grimion, the police chief. So you were kind of in an awkward position of being the person that's being talked about while you're there with the other people that are asking questions, which really largely dealt with you.
Yeah, I mean, look, if I'm the KLB reporter, I ask the question. I'm not mad about it, and I understand. But however, I'm not going to sit here and bash other media outlets and talk about them. I go about things the way I go about them. I try to be fair and critical when needed, right? I mean, that's our job. But the city has some issues. You can read both of Chad Grimion's statements. He's recently come after KLB, recently come after Urbancast. And you can find those statements on their website, Alexandria Police Department, and read it for yourself on why they might be upset.
Correct. So that's that. But as it relates to you and the two releases that you got, How did you go about getting those?
I asked for information on the stories. That's all I can say. Like I said that in the caption of the video when I posted that sound. And I don't like making things about me, especially with news stories.
Yeah.
But whenever it was streamed on 2 different media outlets and, some other media outlets put out statements not too long ago saying we're paid or whatever, that's not true. And I just asked for information. And they give it to me. I'm critical of public officials. You can see plenty of stories that I've done recently that were critical of public officials. This is my job. And I'm sure it's going to come up with the city, too. There's things that they understand that might not be favorable to them. But I try and go about it the right way. I don't paint my narrative when I publish a news story. I don't put that on there.
Right.
And you, I know you got some opinions too,
Sure. And I'm not shy to share my opinions on this show about a lot of things. But I do think the main reason why, when we heard that you were available, I say we, Cenla Broadcasting, and this goes more to Chad, our general manager, certainly than me, but was the chance to give us a seasoned, experienced journalist, person that really knows what they're doing, who has already built up a reputation in the community, who already has contacts, and just kind of giving you the tools to say, go out there and get the stories that this community needs to know about. And that's all you're doing. And the whole issue of whether the administration has issues with other media outlets, I mean, that's not us. We're not concerned about that. We're not worried about it. I've expressed frustration in the past that I wish the mayor would come on this show, for example. When he was campaigning, he said that he would be open to it, but then when he was elected, he hasn't, and I'm sure he has his reasons. But if me as a part-time talk show host with another full-time job doesn't have the time to go to his 90-minute briefings, which I don't, thankfully now we have you who can go and look at the information that you're able to get and share with our audience, which is the whole reason why we went out and got someone like you.
Yeah, and this is all I'm going to say about this too is I've, in my, nearly 15 years of being a reporter, you don't have to always come off as adversarial with every single thing you do. And that's kind of like the natural inclination we sometimes get, right?
Yeah.
Just, it doesn't have to be like that.
Well, what's
Get the information
what's the
out.
number one thing that I teach my students that's important to be as a journalist? It's not objective, because I don't believe there's a true standard of objectivity, because we all have our biases. It's fairness.
Yeah.
If you operate in a fair way, and the mayor even alluded to it, they realize sometimes they're going to get dinged, and maybe deservedly so sometimes. But as long as you're fair about it, and I think they do get frustrated when an outlet will cover our negative things, but they never come to the positive things. Look, we're not the PR arm in the media, but we realize sometimes stories are more PR-ish.
Yeah.
That's all they're looking for, is just give us a fair shake.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We try to do both, for sure.
All right, quick break, more coming up.
Talkback is sponsored by The Clinics, with 27 providers and 3 locations. Someone can see you today. Stick around. More of Talkback is on the way.
Dentures. You can't live with them, and you definitely can't live without them. But what if we told you there's a better way? Today's Dental in Pineville is here to revolutionize your smile. Say goodbye to old-fashioned adhesives and endless appointments. They've made getting implants incredibly simple, low anxiety, and affordable for everyone. Picture this: in-office IV sedation administered by a highly skilled, certified nurse anesthetist, making the procedure low anxiety and stress-free. And the best part? Their multiple finance options make implants truly affordable. Don't wait. If you're ready to replace those old-timey dentures with permanent implants, call Today's Dental on Highway 28 East in Pineville at 448-4540. It's a general dental facility owned by Dr. Jonas Gauthier. That's 448-4540. Your perfect smile is just a call away. Today's Dental, because you deserve the best.
Now back to Talkback, 970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYL.
All right, we got about 30 seconds left. Let's get this call in. Good morning, you're on Talkback.
Oh gosh, I don't know what to do. Do I tell them about the Bill Act or that Herb Albert? Okay, anyway. Way to go. Hey, you guys, check out real quick. It's Bill S2553. I don't understand. Are the Democrats that hard up that they will not deport illegal aliens that were caught driving drunk? This is a safety issue, people. If they were caught in offenses, why are you vetoing that? I mean, it is absolutely insane. It's S2553, a bill to amend the Immigration and Nationality Act to classify aliens who have been convicted of or have committed an offense while driving intoxicated or impaired. Was just the Democrats didn't want it. I guess they don't care about our safety. So there's my 30 seconds for the day. I'll call back tomorrow.
All right, thank you.
Have a good one. Thank
you. Look forward to that. I didn't get to it today. The energy drink that was laced with vodka that they're recalling.
Oh, Celsius.
Yeah, in states like Wisconsin. I'm pretty sure in Wisconsin, if people aren't going to return it, they're probably going to go out and look for more.
I was about to say, I don't know. I was enjoying my Celsius way too much yesterday.
You've been listening to Talkback. The opinions expressed were those of the hosts and callers, and not necessarily those of Cenla Broadcasting.
FM 104.9, AM 970, KSYL, and KRRV 100.3 HD3, Alexandria. It's 9 o'clock.